Alex, Bishop's Cleeve 3, Taunton Town 0. It reads well. It was a good game. I thought we played very well. An excellent hat-trick from Bobby. How do you think the game went?
Really pleased, because it's one of those games, especially this time of the season, amount of games, all the excuses that have gone with it. Time of the season, it's a Thursday night before the last game of the season. We've crammed, I don't know the maths, how many games in, because I can't even tell you what day it is. And we're at the point where we've gone and beaten a half-decent Taunton team 3-0 with some cracking goals as well. And for the boys to put the performance in they've put in there tonight, that sort of warrants what they've been doing over the last 4 or 5 weeks, and they've been doing it consistently. We've nipped out by 1 goal on numerous occasions in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and that was really pleasing. Getting back in the dressing room and having a smile on our face and playing with a smile on our face today was spot on and really pleasing.
Yeah, it was a very good performance, I thought.
Yeah.
Excellent hat-trick from Bobby. How you've been pleased with the Cheltenham boys?
Yeah, really pleased. I mean, obviously I spoke to Russ at length about getting them in, to get them some experience and some exposure at this level. And well, you can see tonight, somebody like Bobby's gone and scored that trick. I think Zach probably laid 2 of them on, I think, or was instrumental in 1 or 2 of those, and scored the other week. Mike Gonzalo, who was here previously, he's been out with a sideline with a groin injury, unfortunately, but he came and played at this level and looked like he could do it, or he could play this level and a lot higher every day, all day, and it was just really pleasing. I mean, obviously I know Russ very well, and I know he wouldn't chuck me or sell me any duds, but the 3 lads who've come in have been absolutely sparkling, and to be fair to Bobby, he's been a breath of fresh air since he's come in, because we signed him initially and he was injured, and obviously didn't come with the other 2. And I had quite a lot of criticism about loan signings at the time and how that upsets the apple cart, and when you're allowed to use them, and similar with Joe Parker, but actually for the lads, for us as a club, it's been a total reciprocal agreement where they've really benefited, I think, from playing senior football with us, but likewise they're going back to their clubs better players. Same as I think I said a long time ago about Saul Williams. They've gone back to the club better players. And thankfully for Bobby and Zach, they're both first years, so they've got a real chance next year, I think, from what you've seen. I mean, certainly from both of them in patches, both tonight and in other games they've played for us. I think they've got a great chance.
Totally agree, actually.
Yeah.
And Gonzo as well.
And Gonzo as well. And I'm very surprised. I know there's possibly fat plans afoot to try and get Mike something. Maybe if it's Cheltenham or elsewhere. But I think he's going to play at a good level of football, and I think that they've shown an excellent professional attitude, which is everything that I want as a manager, but also the other players feed off that, because they can see that, and they can see the nature in which the way they're training, the way they're playing. It just rubs off, and it's catching, which is good, because it's good for my lads to see. Possibly some of my lads who haven't played at that level. There's a few in there who've not been at a pro club or not been at a good semi-pro club. This is the highest they've ever played. It's good to see them come in and actually be a bit head and shoulders and show that, even at 17 years old. So it's fantastic.
Excellent. If we talk a little bit about how the season's gone.
Sure, yeah.
It's been tough. I'd say we started off reasonably okay, and then we had, I think, we got to November and we had a good win at Cirencester, and then the weather came along and it took the wind out of our sails. Yeah. Has it been tough for you personally? Has it been tough for the team?
It's been tough on all counts. It's been tough on the club, first and foremost. I think the nature of the games, the nature of the weather. I mean, I spoke to the chairman the other day, and I think in my 20 years of football, non-league, pro, semi-pro, over that time, I can't remember a time where it's been worse for cancellations and abandonments and also replayed games. I mean, for us, I remember that even going back as far as the Ascot game in the FA Cup, which was probably, I don't know, August, September, that getting rained off, flooded out, replayed on a Wednesday night, all those sorts of things. It's small things through the season when you think about, blimey, that feels like not too long ago, but it was loads of games off, and then hit January. And for me as a manager, it was very, very difficult, because there were weeks when you're trying to do all the planning you can, especially at this level. I'm trying to do things as professionally as possible, and I'd see the lads on maybe a Monday night for training. I wouldn't see them again because the game would be off on Wednesday, Saturday. See them maybe a Monday again to go, right, we're ready for Wednesday. That would be off. Would be then, and the back end of the season. I mean, I know a lot of people have said this in this league this year. But I've not known one like it. I mean, I feel for the likes of anybody who's, thankfully for us, we've been safe for a while now, so results haven't been potentially as important. They're always important to me, but not as important. if I was in the playoffs or really in a relegation dogfight, it would be a nightmare. Because there's been times in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm struggling to get 11 out, and that's with signing on over 20 players. I'm struggling to get 11, and that, you know, and that's inherent of everybody else in the league as well. They've all had the same problems. Paul Bridgewater, I think, played even more than we did in the last few weeks. But yeah, I mean, after hitting sort of December, we lost Carl Brown to Evesham, we lost Will Gayton within a couple of weeks to Evesham, and that hit us a little bit because we lost possibly a bit of firepower. But difficult season. But thankfully, we're safe. We've regained our Southern League status. And you know, we're still in a position where we're in this league, which is excellent for the club.
Absolutely. There have been a lot of positives.
Yep.
We've lost a number of games, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why we are where we are. But if you look at the number of games that we've lost by the odd goal, particularly against top 7, 8, 9 teams, it's got to be double figures now.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Brian Hughes after we lost to Cirencester a couple of weeks ago, and he said he had the same last year with Cirencester in the Premier League when he got relegated.
Sure.
He said the number of people who said they're the best team that team have beaten. And he said he got sick of it because not sick of it in a nasty way, but he just, when are we going to get a win?
It's very difficult because you know, you've got that old bounce back ability factor in the dressing room and you want to be upbeat about things, but actually the amount of times that's happened, it's been difficult. And you can see with the sort of the seasoned pros in my dressing room, even the younger ones who've played a lot of games at this level, sort of you can see that body language, and it's hard because winning's a good habit and losing's a bit of a habit. So you get unstuck, and unfortunately we have been on the back end of that. But that shows where we've come and where we are and how competitive the league is, I think. I don't think there's anybody necessarily barring your pool now who've run away with things. Even if you look at the teams in there, I mean, we played Supermarine the other day, lost 2-1. You know, 2 mistakes early on, and we're back in the game. We bossed the second half. All right, they made some changes, but you look at going to Taunton, that was the best half I think we've played most of the season. We were 0-0 at half time there. We gave away a sloppy goal, 1-0. We lost there, and it's little things and fine details. But that's the margins you're working with in this league, and that's sometimes just a bit of desire and a bit of quality and maybe a bit of strength in depth. And at times possibly that's what we haven't had. And being brutally honest, we haven't had strength in depth. I haven't been able to sort of wholeheartedly change 3 or 4 players through the season. I've lost a couple of better players, but I haven't been able to replenish that with better, you know, with same quality players. And that's just football. But it's been unfortunate. But I'm just really pleased with where we are in the fact that we've regained our Southern League status and stayed in this league.
Yeah, absolutely. With things on a shoestring, we've had to dip into the reserve team, which, from personally, you know, from a club point of view, I think that's great that we've got lads who have been able to step up. Ben Robinson, Jamie Locke, Mike Sholly's put in some good shifts, and in particular Ben Maguire. Been an ever-present for me probably since Christmas time now. I've known a lot about Ben for 2 or 3 seasons now, and he's got his appetite back. He's been excellent today. You know, Jamie's the same. He's always reliable, can be called upon, and all that sort of thing. Mike Sholly's done well when he's come in. They've all done great. I think Ben Robinson's got a chance. You know, he's looked really sharp. So yeah, that's what the reserve team's there for. And I'm just pleased that we've been able to give that opportunity. But as a club as we are, we've had to do that because we haven't got the money or the pounds to maybe go out and get somebody in to put pressure on. So it's good that comes because that has to happen. Absolutely. I know it's been a tough season, Alex, and we've got one more game left Saturday. One left. Thanks very much for all your hard work during the season. I don't know how you've managed to motivate yourself. It's been hard at times, and the wife will probably tell you that. But and motivate the lads as well. I think they've all given 100%. They have totally, and that's credit to the boys. They've been spot on, and without their efforts, the last 3 or 4 weeks would have been doubly hard because trying to get to games midweek when they've worked all day, it's been a long time. But I think 5 o'clock on Saturday and maybe 6, 7, 8 o'clock on Saturday night will be well worth it. Sure. He's hoping for 3 points a day. Yeah, I hope so. Thanks very much. Thanks, JP. Cheers.